But it's not
See that memory test? I knew I was 89% from 3 weeks ago.
So what 3 words did he tell you?
Told me wire, bacon, and some other one.
He did worse than I did. And he doesn't smoke pot ever.
Jim.
Oh, hey, Jim. I was hoping that was you, but I'm not psychic.
Well, we'll find out about that, won't we?
We'll find out how psychic I am.
I have the exact same deck over there. We're going to flip a card up, and you're going to guess which one of the cards we're flipping up. And to my knowledge, there has never been a test done before which compares psychic ability before and after the influence of marijuana.
It's groundbreaking, yeah.
It's groundbreaking research. First card, everybody see the first card, and Doug, what is your guess?
Triangle.
First guess is triangle. What's your guess?
Circle.
Circle is the guess. Okay. Plus. So that's it. We only got one. Is that right? The whole time. One hit out of 25. Wow.
So
that's
you're negative psychic.
You're spectacularly not psychic.
Spectacularly unpsychic.
Yeah.
What allegedly has happened is that a DEA agent tried to get in without his proper credentials, and the security guard did what he's paid to do, which is to say, no, I don't think so, get out of here. It was led by John Smith again.
That's
the same guy who's been told to stop doing this until city council reconvenes and we put together an ordinance. He feels he's Rambo again. And next thing you know, NBC showed up, KTLA showed up. The DEA is still inside. There you go, there you go. There is the great John Smith. Yeah. Boom! This is California, baby. We voted this in. You're not welcome. And we ain't going anywhere. Go away. DEA. There you go. Yeah. Got away. That's right. Get him. Yo, I saw it. You just hit a patient. That's cold. You just hit a patient. Come on down! Yeah! You didn't expect this!
We have no department employees involved in this.
Are they really DEA?
They're real DEA officers, yeah, agents, yes.
And John Smith's not up there?
We have no department employees involved in this incident.
So John Smith's not in it?
No.
Okay.
And he's not up there either? As of right now, no.
Are you saying John Smith isn't up there? Or?
I know John Smith, Officer Smith. He's not there.
Doesn't the police or any law enforcement official that wants to invade our space have to have a warrant to do so?
I'm not going to comment on that.
And you won't comment on whether or not they have a warrant?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Officer, will you be leaving officers here?
Yes.
If they don't have a warrant, then they shouldn't be there.
Okay.
This has been going on its 9th hour. Word is that the DEA locksmiths that were here that we ran away are going to probably be coming back. The issues that they're having is they need to get into the safe, apparently. That's upstairs. And we also have word that, yeah, they do have a search warrant, but guess what? There's no signature on it.
Who signed the warrant? What judge signed the warrant?
We have the right to know. This is why we waited all night, because we knew this was going to happen. But that's okay. We have it on film.
Go bust a meth lab, you pussies!
Go up the street and do your job, man.
Their job is not in the state of California. Their job is to get the hell out of the state of California.
Yep.
So isn't marijuana legal in California? Well, it is, but the law is not recognized by the federal government. To explain, the 10th Amendment to the Bill of Rights says that states have the right to govern themselves with regard to powers not granted or prohibited by the Constitution. In the last century, many issues have challenged this amendment, including abortion, gay marriage, and gambling. As of today, federal anti-drug laws are in direct conflict with laws in California and several other states that allow patients legal access to medical marijuana.
Bye, Space Needle. So, can I interest you in some assorted nuts?
The whole idea was that I would help facilitate the growth of so much marijuana that the DEA and all the agencies of the United States would never be able to destroy it at the rate I would help create it. And that ultimately I, one man, would neutralize the work of the entire DEA with their multi-billion-dollar budgets.
He calls himself the Prince of Pot, but he may become the Prince of Federal Prison.
I just was watching 60 Minutes, and there's like a whole story about Mark Emery.
Prince of Pot.
Yeah, and how they want to, extradite him and all that. The guy, I would love to interview that guy.
See, because I have this idea that none of this is any good unless you have to face temptation. I'm just saying there's no virtue without temptation. So I just make sure a really fine, beefy bud.
I still get to smell it. That's one thing that's kind of nice.
Well, you see, even that's giving into a little bit of it right there, eh? So I'm corrupting you just by being in the proximity. Just to let you know, I've seen more grow rooms than anybody else alive in Canada, I think 400 or so, and been arrested 22 times, jailed 17 times, raided 6 times, all for pot, nothing unsafe. I, if anything, have a good reason never to have to use drugs, and typically I only experiment with the psychedelics once every 6 months or a year and smoke pot, right? And I don't believe I have any drug dependencies, and having treated drug addicts, I can see what, by the way, do you know what? Of the 65 people I treated, 60 of them did not have their biological father in their life for all or part of their childhood. And that, I found, was the most key fundamental component of every single drug addict almost, is that their biological father was not there for a lot of their prepubescent life. I found that pot made me more patient, made me a more creative lover and a creative writer. But if you smoke pot, you get more expansive. Explanations get longer. We paid for the Supreme Court challenge in Canada. They got the Supreme Court to try and make pot legal. We lost 6-3, right? Everybody wants to fuck. As soon as you discover it's... Let me drink your thing. Don't worry, my cold sores aren't contagious. The thing about pot... I remember, for example, when I shot a puck through a window, I found that it was a lot easier to raise kids after a joint. A lot of people live in inner cities. We should enrich our community with more money, more weed, more everything, right? Are you in the... performance industry? You're out of Los Angeles?
I'm a stand-up comedian. Holy crap, I feel like I went through some sort of marijuana gauntlet.
You gotta find him. Well, how can you be doing a documentary on how can you do a documentary on pot and not? I know he's not smoking it, but how can it not be around?
The UCB guys have it. Go find them.
I'm not talking to that cult.
Walsh and Besser and...
I'll call Walsh.
And Hubel. Hubel's probably got some. And this dude in the bushes has got some.
You guys got Halloween.
He's totally smoking. Or he's making a cell phone call.
I'm a friend of Doug Benson's. I've never smoked pot in my life.
About twice a year. Okay. Family down there.
By design?
It's a great theater.
Just never did it.
Great theater.
Yeah.
Never, I've been drunk once in 7th grade. But I've been taking antidepressants for 12 years.
Okay.
So I do have a lid on it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've killed 6 hookers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a saint. We all have we all self-medicate.
Are you up to 6?
You know what else is a treat? Cookies made by Famous Amos. Have you guys had those Famous Amos cookies? Oh my God, they're delicious. So good. When I was a little kid, we couldn't afford those. That's right, we had to eat the knockoff brand. We had to eat cookies made by Heinous Anus. I'll tell you what, I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. Even though I was 5 years old, I ate them up. one after the other. Because everything tastes great when you're stoned. Let me ask you guys, quick question. Are there any pot smokers here today? Any pot smokers at all?
In your last hours of how urgent, how
I don't feel any urgency at all.
So does that beg the question that maybe your whole existence is a mistake?
Yeah, it's a lie.
Shut up! Shut up, it's my toast. Anyway, Doug, Benson.
Yes.
So many more years of sobriety.
No, I'm just going to start smoking tomorrow.
Okay, well, that's cool.
We've got the volcano. We're ready for me to medicate and start this thing. But I noticed it's 4 o'clock, and I thought we got to start at 4:20. I got to take my first hit at 4:20. But that's how I am. Like I'm excited about getting high, but I can wait until the cooler time to do it. You said this thing was easy.
Okay, so what you do is you input your herbs, whether that be lavender or rosewood, whatever you're using as an aromatic. You place it here in the grinder. You grind your plant material. Oh, shit. Sweet Lord.
Oh my God. This isn't happening.
Yeah, so you grind your plant material.
Right.
Which we
You
just
don't,
saw.
so you don't spill it. Jesus!
Oh,
Alex.
I'll clean that up.
Good Lord. This is my weed all over the floor now. Now I'm gonna be smoking the dust. Look at that.
We're not gonna put that in.
I think that's like an old roach on the ground.
1, 2, 3.
Man, you should go on like Martha Stewart to do this. Yeah, knock more shit on the floor though.
It's all set to go.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of that.
And don't,
I might just resort to smoking it.
I'm telling you, I think this is so much better.
420.
For smoking.
I know it's much better for
Just
me,
a
but
mouthpiece.
it's like a pain in the ass.
Just push in on it. And that's a huge rip.
Right?
Let me love you like I never did before. Let me love you now. Let me hold you like I never did before. And you won't be afraid when I call your name. Let me love you.
I like it. I like all the. Wait, I was about to talk about something I don't like. You fucked me up. You made me like. You're like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. I'm like, I like it now. I like anti-pot ads. That doesn't make any sense at all. I hate them. Hate anti-pot ads because they come on late at night when I'm sitting at home trying to relax, smoke a joint, watch some televised entertainment. Suddenly a commercial comes on with a big heavy message like, just tell grandma that you couldn't pick her up because you got high. I'm watching that, I'm thinking, good idea. I've been lying to grandma for years about my pot smoking problem. Now I can finally tell her the truth. Call her up, Grandma, I can't pick you up. I've been using my new vaporizer.